What is the best game engine for beginners?
I can understand the question. There are a ton of interfaces being built to let you build games, without knowing a line of code.
I definitely do not want to learn how to code, much less C or C++. Even Apple is moving away from Objective-C to Swift.
If you want to make the next World of Warcraft, you might as well use GameMaker.
Yes, it would make sense to use a role-playing game maker.
That's what the tool stands for.
Between WoW, EVE Online, Star Wars Online and others, I'm not going to get any traction there. I want to make those games a million people download, for $1 a piece.
So go for HTML5 and JavaScript, to make games that are provided through the browser. Then you won't have to mess with game engines, and you can make money off advertising.
Candy Crush made around $1 billion.
It was from selling extra lives, not advertising. But if you do not want web-based games, try GameMaker.
Yes, I want a game maker that does not require coding.
GameMaker is a game development tool by Yo-Yo Games, that does not require coding. You can create rooms, objects, events and everything through a drag-and-drop interface.
Point and click. So simple it worked for Windows 3.1.
Now there are a lot of other advanced tools, like Unity and OpenGL, but you lose graphics quality and artificial intelligence, if you do not want to code.
There are game AI tools, and workflow management tools that do not need coding.
And there are sound effects you can manage with Firelight Technologies, without knowing C to control audio cards, but it is easier if you do know the coding.
It is really hard to learn C.
So learn C++ or C#.
That's learning the most verbose language, with the largest vocabulary of any commonly used programming language, in the hope of making games. And I'm not good enough to process C.
GameMaker is the excellent choice for a beginner with no coding experience. But you'll need to learn C, C++, OpenGL, Unity or a similar suite, to learn more advanced coding.
What does Unity use?
Unity is mostly in C#, whether you use Unity for Xbox, or Unity for PS4.
I'm surprised that Unity is a unifying platform, for both Microsoft and Sony.
They are both even giving their gaming development kits for free, to game developers who register with them, though the Unity licenses are not always free.
Free is one of my priorities.
Then you'll love GameMaker, because the basic version is free. Or use the basic version of BuildBox.
I've heard that BuildBox works on a dozen different platforms, and has a lot of monetization options.
If you do not like BuildBox, use Sierra Construct 2 for 2D, with its straightforward editor. It makes HTML5 games for you, without knowing JavaScript.
Sounds like it works for making simple stuff, like Farmville.
You do realize Farmville made hundreds of millions for its creators, don't you?
I'll go for the next generation of Farmville, but not so hokey.